Hey. Wait for the crowd. We'll wait till we get to 1,000, okay? And once we get to 1,000, we'll get going. Gonna cover a couple things today. Obviously, I'm not walking. Just have no time. Isn't that horrible? No time to walk. So busy right now. Couldn't even explain to you the level of busy. My connection is weak. Let me go to another place. Let me see if I get a better connection. Hold on. Bear with me. Connection is weak. We'll go to my spot over here. I don't know. Why is my connection weak? I have no idea. It says my connection's weak. We'll see if it gets better in a couple seconds. Try to get this sun out of here. This is getting terrible. Let's see if we go over this way. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, the connection weak is gone. All right, change in the room. All right, here we go. All right, so anyway, a little early here today. Got a couple things to talk to you about, and I guess the crowd will catch up as we go. And I think the best thing we should do, explain to you why I'm not walking. And we have not been walking for quite some time. And the reason why we're not walking for quite some time is either it is just too freezing outside, and what I have learned is that the battery on the phone goes dead really quick when it's cold outside. Even if I have the charger on, the charger's just not doing it for me. That's number one. Number two, the new location that we have, for those of you who haven't seen it, you can find it if you go to DennisMichaelLynch.com and you click on the Walk and Talk tab. Go back a couple of days ago. We have this unbelievable location that I've picked. The issue is that there's horrible, I mean horrible, cell service. I could barely even make a phone call, let alone be able to do a Facebook Live. So what we did the other day, for those of you who watched it, we actually recorded it on my phone, then we made a YouTube video and uploaded it in a live. So it appeared as if it was live, but it wasn't live. You were watching something we had recorded pretty much 20 minutes before. So anyway, I didn't realize that this was going to be like this, the cell service thing. So we just got our internet and our cable all set up yesterday, and now we got, I don't know, we're ordering this thing from Verizon. It's like a little tower that gives you some reception, but I still don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to do the walk and talks there. So we're going to have to do something differently. But I have ideas, we have stuff, but I mean, it's coming along real well. And we're working 7 days a week, literally 18 to 19 hour days. No joke. Harlan and I yesterday were all day long out trying to set up the studio and trying to figure out how to do this best, and it's crazy. So, you know, we're trying to get the articles out on the website. We're pumping that out. Our numbers are at all-time high. I mean, we're stretching it on all ends here. And it was funny. Last night I got home at around, I don't know, maybe a little before midnight. And Mary says to me, "You need to figure out what you can do at your walk and talks." I figure out what are you talking about? She's like, "Oh yeah, a couple of your supporters are slamming you, telling you that you're gonna lose your audience and that you're irresponsible and they're gonna hold your feet to the fire." And I'm like, "Hey man, you know, whatever floats their boat. I don't know what to tell you. I can only be in one place at one time, and if I don't have self-service, I can't do a Facebook Live. And if you want a network other than Fox News that gets stuff out, you know, the thing that's going to sacrifice is the walk and talk." So for those of you who come in here for the bells every day, the bells aren't going to be around for a little while, maybe on weekends. But anyhow, we're trying to do our best. All right, let's get into the stuff that's more important than me. You know, the country for a really long time has had this argument going back and forth between the left and the right, between Obama and between everybody else that was anti-Obama. Mainly guys like me, guys like Hannity, a number of different people would sit there and tell you, listen, the president is telling you that the economy is doing great. The president is telling you he's creating all these jobs. But he's not. He's not. The jobs he's creating are part-time jobs. And the jobs are being lost because of Obamacare. And jobs are being lost because of regulation. and jobs are not good. We got more people out of the workforce. And I can't tell you how many times I've repeated how many people were out of the workforce. And that how many times did I explain that the amount of people who are depending on a monthly welfare check, we're going to start to exceed the people who are relying on a weekly paycheck. And when that happens, the country completely switches. And it will be almost inevitably impossible to get it back. And that's because even though good people who would otherwise vote for Republicans, they would now be stuck in a situation where they can't find a job and they would have to vote Democrat in order to protect their entitlements. These are good, hardworking people that never thought that they would collect a welfare check in their life. And that's where the country was headed. Had Hillary Clinton won the election, that's where we would have been headed. We would have been headed to a nanny state that would have almost been impossible to reverse in our lifetime. Well, thankfully, that was not the case. Thankfully, Donald J. Trump won the election. Now, Donald J. Trump is the first guy who would probably tell you that he loves to talk, and he certainly loves to tweet. But the difference between somebody like Donald Trump, who loves to talk, and Barack Obama, who loves to claim, is that Trump actually puts up results. He actually puts up results. You can see it. You look back at somebody like Obama. You look at somebody like Hillary Clinton. You say, can you list an accomplishment other than being, and you can't come up with anything. You say to Trump, what's your accomplishment? Rips out the resume. I don't know, look at this building, look at that golf course, look at this building, look at that golf course, look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay. Jobs reports comes out today. Jobs reports. The expectation was that there would be 180,000 new jobs created in the U.S. for the month of January. He blew the number off. 227,000 jobs. 227,000 jobs created in January. Now, if you turn on CNN, right, who couldn't find their buttocks with both hands, let alone know what it means to create jobs for American workers. What they're doing, I'm getting my coffee, what they're doing is they're trying to give the credit to Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, they're trying to say that Barack Hussein Obama, notice the M, not for Michael, for Mary. DML, I drank it out of a woman's cup. Yeah, getting soft, guys. Sorry. So anyway, they're going to try to pin the success of these jobs in January off the Obama administration. Now, understand what that means. That means that President Barack Hussein Obama, while he was on his goodbye tour, doing all the late night television shows, going to hang out with all the celebrities, releasing people who shouldn't be released out of jail, giving away monies to the Palestinian Authority, and giving monies away to the UN, as if that guy was sitting there and being like, oh, what can we do to create jobs for America? Let's do something. We didn't do anything for all those years. Come on, let's get something going right now. What do you think? No. What happened was, if any person who's got half a brain when it comes to the economy, hey, check out the Lynch family back there. I didn't realize it. What happens is, if anybody who understands job growth, if anybody understands how to read the charts, the trends, you'd see that once that Trump won the election, and he started taking on meetings with business people, and he started to change the culture back here to where it was Americans first, make America great again. Once he started holding these CEOs accountable, you start to see that they started shifting things. And so confidence, although maybe people aren't crazy about Trump as a person, maybe they're not crazy about how it is that he is trying to advance his agenda, if you will. Maybe they don't like his style, but when they go under the covers, they like what he's doing. And so what happens is that entrepreneurs and businesses start hiring. Look, I'm a prime example. I am a prime example. This week alone, I think we've hired, it's got to be another 2 or 3 people. I mean, it's got to be another 2 or 3 people. I mean, and we're sitting here making lists of all the people we're going to be hiring. So, and now why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I have confidence. I have confidence in where the economy is going to go. I have confidence in the fact that we're going to be able to build our business. I have confidence in the fact that the taxes for me as a company and for me as an individual are going to be lowered. And the more money I have in my pocket as an entrepreneur, the more money I'm going to be putting into jobs because I want to grow my business. I don't just want to sit back. I want to grow my business. I'm making investments into the growth of that business. And the biggest problem I have right now, the reason why I'm not out walking and I'm sitting here instead, and I'm going to call this short. I'm not going to do this for an hour today. I just can't. And it's because I just don't have enough people. So we're trying to hire at the same time as work and get things done. That is the sort of, and I know this, I'm living this firsthand. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. People out right now are starting to gear up to build their businesses. Entrepreneurs are getting excited about being able to finally get to where they wanted to be with their business or starting a business because Trump is empowering and enabling us to do that sort of thing. All the things that he's starting to lay out in place, even if you didn't vote for him, people are sitting there realizing the fact the economy is going to start coming back up. And so here you go. You see the first thing, 227,000 jobs in January. And CNN's going to try to put it on Obama. They're all going to try to put it on Obama. And it's funny. You go to every single one of these. And by the way, the people on the sidelines, that number has come down. I think it was, what does it say here? I have it on my notes. It went from 62.9% of people out of the workforce to now 62.7%. A small little decline, but it's getting better. It's going in the right direction. But you would have a hard time finding any liberal network, not stating this one, that wages rose at 2.5%, but it was hoped, it was expected that it would be at 2.7. Now, understand something. To see new jobs created and to see wages increase, all right? You can't have both of those happening at electric speed. You just can't have it. The new jobs come in, that's fantastic, but it's going to take time for the recording of those wages to start coming up. The wages will come up. Now, one of the things that Trump has to do, and I'm getting a little bit antsy here, We've got a lot of executive orders being signed, and I like the executive orders so far. I like them. And they're proven results. I like them. But there's a couple of executive orders I haven't seen yet, and I'm starting to get antsy. I want to start seeing people getting deported. I want to start seeing the fact that American workers are being looked at way in advance of the illegal alien. I haven't heard anything about mandatory e-verify. I want to see a lot of these executive orders. I'm being told that they're coming, and that's great. Let's get them going. Let's back up the truck. Executive orders. Yeah, let's get them. Let's get them going so this way we can get Americans totally off those sidelines, get them into those jobs that are being taken by illegals, get the illegals sent home, and then you want to talk about wage increase? That's how these numbers go up. That's how they go up. The more that President Trump performs, the more that his policies and orders and path, if you will, show results, the harder it becomes for the left to criticize him. And the more that the people who voted on the left, who because they didn't like him as a person, they will forgive and forget those things, and they will move into the Trump campaign and the Trump train. They will support that campaign. They will support everything that he does. Once you start putting money into people's pockets, once you start giving them the ability to live the American dream, once you start making them feel better or maybe confident that they may actually be able to take a vacation or buy a new car or to finally do the repair on the house that they've been waiting on, they'll start loving him. And you'll see his approval rating start to skyrocket. See, he's not one of those guys. It's just the way he is. He's not one of those guys where he's going to go like this slow little thing. He's going to go like this. You start seeing more numbers like this, the approval rating's going to go up. Now, one of the things, I wrote an op-ed the other day. I don't know if you got to see it or not on DennisMichaelLynch.com. If you had the app, you would have known it was done. And if you don't have the app, I don't know what you're doing. You got to get the app. Go to the iOS store, go to the Google Play store, depending on your device, and just search for Dennis Michael Lynch. Download it. It's free. All the people using it know It's the best app out there, man. We got the news coming in left and right. Only the stuff that you need to know about. So anyway, I wrote an op-ed the other day about what I think that President Trump needs to do right away. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen based on comments by Paul Ryan the other day. Right now, the narrative from the left, everything is focused on this immigration ban. Everything is focused on how it is that Berkely is, lighting up on fire, and protesters all over the place, and it's hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump. The left is focusing completely on the fact of, oh, people aren't being able to come over here, and America was built on immigrants, and all the different cries that you've heard forever. That's the narrative right now. What he can do immediately to change that narrative, and I mean immediately to change that narrative, is if he were to turn around and address taxes. If he were to do sweeping cuts right now, the narrative would change. Because when you make a major tax cut and you start putting money in everybody's pocket, that's where all the attention will go. People will stop. They will absolutely stop talking about this travel ban. They'll try to bring it back in. But you start making those cuts, you're going to see more jobs come up. You're going to see more people feeling good because they got an extra couple of bucks in their pocket. And think about it. When you have more money in your pocket, you typically spend it. Nobody really is saving it anymore like they used to save it, right? Now you're out there, you're spending it. You're going out to the restaurant. You're enjoying your life. You're living your life. You're going out and you're buying something. You're putting it back into the economy. That's how the wheel spins. That's how things get back up. So the fact that we haven't done that yet is a little bit problematic to me. The fact that Ryan's saying that we're going to push that off into spring, I think is crazy. I don't know why we're delaying this. This is typical GOP stupidity. You got to understand another thing. 2 years from now, 2 years from now is going to come fast. Before you know it, it's going to be summer. It's going to be summer, right? 2 years is going to come real quick. If the GOP, Trump can't do this alone, man. The Congress has got to start getting their tail in order. They got to start getting behind this guy. They're making him go it alone as far as I'm concerned. They should be working harder. They should be working overtime. We have the most unique opportunity we've had, and in our lifetime, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I can't remember the last time it was like this. We've got everything right now. We're going to wind up having the Supreme Court back into our favor. We've got Republicans in both the House and the Senate. And oh, by the way, 2 years from now, some of the Senate seats that are up are in states where Trump won by double digits. So the opportunity to absolutely dominate is there. The only people who can blow it are the members of Congress. They're the only ones who could blow it. They got to give Trump more. They got to give him all their effort all the time. That's it. We had this other day, we had this one Republican from Maine, this woman Collins, come out against Betsy DeVos. Come on. What are you doing? Why are you ruffling feathers? Get these people through. Let him get his cabinet together. Let him have his full team. Right now, and I understand it's the Democrats trying to hold back most of it. But I mean, come on, hon. What are you doing, Senator Collins? Why are you making headlines for yourself? Be part of the team. Get on the team. And let's push the ball over the goal line. Every single time we get the ball, we should be scoring. We need to score. That's it. Don't sit here with these other Republicans complaining about his immigration ban. Are you out of your mind? What's wrong with you? Look what happened today over in France. Guy wheeling a freaking knife out. Allah Akbar. Did you see the video that we put on Dennis Michael Lynch the other day? On DennisMichaelLynch.com? The video from the New York Times of the woman who got absolutely mutilated. These guys, these Muslim guys in Afghanistan thought that this woman burned the Quran. They mauled her as the cops sat there and let her do it. Then after they killed her, they put her in front of a car and ran her over. She's dead. And they're doing this. Then after they do that, they put her in a ditch and they light her on fire. But she won't light on fire that easily because she's blood-filled. So they take their own scarves off and they throw it on her and they light her up on fire. This is what they're doing to the woman who says, I didn't burn the Koran. They're killing, they're just unbelievable. They're taking stones and throwing it at this woman. She's been dead now for an hour. Turns out the next day they find out she didn't burn the Koran. They didn't burn the Koran. As far as I'm concerned, 7 countries isn't enough. 7 countries isn't enough. I want that thing expanded, man. I don't want one of those people. I don't want one of those people potentially coming into my country. We don't need it. We don't need to apologize. We don't need to say I'm sorry. We don't need to say things like, America is a land of immigrants. No, it's not. America is a land of Americans. What don't you get? America is a land of Americans. America is a land of laws. And we invite immigrants into the country to live and abide by those laws. What are you doing, John McCain? What are you doing, Lindsey Graham? You should be calling for the expansion of this program. This program should be totally expanded. If you had President Lynch, I would have done the same thing. And I would have, we got to lower the numbers. This stuff, you know how I always talk with you? I tell you, it's all connected. It's all connected. You could look forward, you could look backwards, sideways, all the way. It's all connected. You want to talk about CNN saying, oh yeah, but the wage growth didn't go up. Okay, you want to see wage growth go up? Limit the amount of people we got coming into this country there, brother. Yeah, limit the amount. It's a supply and demand. And you got all these people coming into the country, and you got most of it all being cheap labor. Who the hell's going to hire an American? Look at Mr. Starbucks. Mr. Liberal Starbucks, who won't put a Christmas tree on his cups, comes out and says that he's going to give 10,000 jobs to refugees. What? I don't know about you. Well, first of all, I'm not going to Starbucks anymore. I already told my wife. I'm into this whole new thing, man. You screw with America, I boycott you. I'm done. NFL, I haven't watched it. I love the NFL. I was a football coach. I was a quarterback. I love football. My son is an unbelievable football player. The most fun I get in life is watching my kid play football. I love sitting down with him and watching football. I will actually watch the Super Bowl on Sunday for one reason. One reason only. I want to experience that time with my son because I'm going to lose him to college pretty soon. That's it. I'm doing it just to sit with him. Aside from that, NFL's done with me. Until you start holding these guys accountable so this way they could respect the flag and respect the national anthem the way they're supposed to, I'm done with you, man. I am completely done. I forgot my point. What was my point? DML, what are you doing? What was your point? Such a good point. I forgot my point. What was my point? What was I saying? Tell me. I can't remember my point. Oh my God. This is when you know you got so many trains coming in and out of your head. You know what I'm talking about? So many trains. What was I just saying? Come on. Help me out. I'm looking for you. Starbucks. Thank you very much. So, Starbucks. So the guy's going to now give 10,000 jobs to the refugees. Now, I will not go to Starbucks simply because of what he just did. I will not go to Starbucks because he went out publicly and smashed my president. And I will not go out to Starbucks and support Starbucks if they're going to give 10,000 jobs to refugees instead of my fellow Americans. But let's say, for instance, I didn't want to boycott because I like the coffee so much, which I don't, by the way. Speaking of coffee. Have you ever been to Starbucks? It's a pain in the buttocks. You walk up there, you're talking to somebody, what's your name? I never give my real name. You give me your real name? I'm like, Joe. All right, Joe. What can I get you? And you're like, latte, the big one. I don't even know what they are, grande, tall, whatever. It's just the big one. Why couldn't we have small, medium, large? Why do we have to have these grande, or just small, medium, large? So I always just say, I won't buy into the, I said, give me the big one. And then you got to stand over to the side and you wait and all this other stuff. And they're like, Joe, and then like 5 guys answer their hands. Everybody gets fake names at Starbucks. But could you imagine having to try to get, I mean, it's long enough to get your thing at Starbucks to begin with. Could you imagine having to go there? And now you're dealing with refugees? Barely could be able to speak the language? And they're going to be sitting there, oh, I can't do this. Dairy, I can't do this. It's against my religion or whatever. Can you imagine what Starbucks is going to look like now with 10,000 refugees? You'd be like, my God, get me out of here. I just wanted to come in for a cup of coffee. What are we doing this for? This is how crazy this is. Crazy. Starbucks stock is I don't even know. It's a public company. I don't even watch this stuff anymore. Down. And I'll tell you why he did that. Now I'm jumping all around. This guy Schultz, whatever his name is, I'm telling you, he's going to try to run for president. He is. Every billionaire is going to be coming out now because Trump set the gateway, Say, all right, here you go. Gates open. Billionaires who want to be president, who think you know everything, come on in. Yep, they're all going to be up there. You're going to see Zuckerberg, you're going to see Schultz, you're going to see all this other different stuff. So what I'm going to have to do, obviously, is I'm going to have to become a billionaire. All right, let's move on. So I'm going to give Trump a little bit of a kick in the shin here. For those of you who have been with me for a long time, you know that I keep the president and then president-elect and then, back when he was running a campaign, I try to keep him accountable. I think that's my job. My job is to deliver you the truth and to deliver you opinions and insight that make you think. All right. Now, I know some of you absolutely love the fact that he tweets. I like it too. I like the fact that I don't have to wait through the regular channels. Press release, statement, see it on Fox, CNN, see a headline, everybody twists it a little bit. Now Trump just goes direct. Whoop, 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 whoop. Today, he went on Twitter. I mean, he went on a Twitter feed, man. Let me give you what he said, right? I'll give you a couple of them this morning. I'll give it to you. I'm going in reverse order, right? He tweets out, this is all this morning. A new radical Islamic terrorist has just attacked in France. Tourists were locked down. France on edge again. Get smart, U.S. I love that tweet. Home run. Next tweet. Professional anarchists, thugs, and paid protesters are proving the point of the millions of people who voted to make America great again. He's sort of going towards the whole Berkely thing. Hey, you know what? And does he need to tweet that? It's give or take. It's like, who cares? Okay, next. Love this one. Meeting with biggest business leaders this morning. Good jobs are coming back to the U.S. Healthcare and tax bills are being crafted now. All right. Crafted now. Better be coming real soon, not the spring. I like this. Although it contradicts completely what Ryan had to say, I like this. All right? Says a lot. All right. Next. Thank you to Prime Minister of Australia for telling the truth about our very civil conversation that fake news media lied about. Very nice. I like it. Sparks the conversation. What happened? What didn't happen? Right? Because you're going to have the New York Times and all these other places going out, whatever. Okay. Next. Iran is playing with fire. They don't appreciate how kind President Obama was to them. Not me. Love it. And then on top of that, in case you've been under a rock for the last hour and you don't have the app, we've put sanctions now on Iran for ballistic missile testing. 12, 13 different little sanctions are put on there. It's a start. Okay? I like this stuff. It's changing the way the game is played. And I told you a while back that policies and relationships were going to wind up being established and defined by this Twitter. There's a little bit of danger in there, but I like it a lot. I told you that when we see something about Mexico's going to pay for the wall, we all sit there and like, yeah, Twitter, and you retweet and all this different stuff. Mexico calls an entire meeting, puts the tweet up on the side and says, what does he mean by that? So he's really shaping policy. He's shaping the tone of negotiations. He's doing it through this Twitter. when he puts out something like, America, get smart and wake up, there's terrorists going over here in France, what he's doing with that is he's saying a message to the people on the other side. Stop giving me a hard time about this immigration ban. Don't you get it? Okay. What's the point, DML? Here you go. He started his morning with a tweet I haven't read you yet. And here it is. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger did a really bad job as governor of California and even worse on The Apprentice. But at least he tried hard. Okay. This is, to me, the little boy who cried wolf. We have to cut that crap out. We have to cut that crap out. Why? And no matter how many times I say this to you, I will always get the email from somebody telling me they disagree with me. You know, I'll get the email that says, no, DML, you're wrong. He needs to write that to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He needs to. Arnold Schwarzenegger kicked him in the shins the whole time during the campaign. He needs to do it. No, you're missing it. Politely, I say to you, you're missing it. Trump isn't selling to you anymore. You're bought. You're bought and paid for. You're in. You cast your vote. You're there. No matter what he does, within reason, you're going to support him. You're there for the president. You're not the target market anymore. The target are those in the middle, are those to the left who didn't support him. The target is we need their support. We need their buy-in. We need them to be part of the Trump train. Because, folks, all these executive orders are fantastic when they're on paper, but they got to be executed. They got to be executed. It's the same way as the person who complains last night that I'm not on Walk and Talk. He's not on Walk and Talk. He's not on there. He's going to lose me. I'm losing him. Listen, the reason why you won't Walk and Talk is because you want somebody other than Fox, and I don't even think they do it good half the time, to give the real stuff out there, to fight against these other guys. Well, you can't ask me to do that and then not allow me to go do it. I got to build it. Okay? Same thing here with Trump. Trump could write all the orders in the one. He could say he's going to make America great again 50,000 times over. But it's got to be done. It's got to be executed. It's got to be done. So when you got tweets like this, you think CNN? I've looked at some of these things. They're all dragging on it. The war of Donald Trump versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's childish. It's babyish. It's whatever. These are the headlines going to the center and the center left. We're going to need those people next election. Yeah. We're going to need them. DML, we just got in. Why do we talk about the next election? Because making America great again is not going to happen in 4 years. It's going to take 8 years. It's going to take 8 years to kill off these Islamic nut jobs. It is going to take 8 years to effectively build that wall and to put in an e-verify program and start enforcing it and to put in visa tracking systems. It is going to take 8 years to rebuild these crappy cities that you won't want to walk through during the day. Forget about at night. You don't make this overnight. Signing executive orders isn't going to fix it all. It's the equivalent of going up and somebody saying, I love you, let's get married. Okay, that was the easy part. The hard part is actually getting married. Here's the part. He's got to get this done, and he will. But every time he sends out one of these things, he's taking one of the centers and the center-lefters, and he's taking away the fact on the same day that he crushed it in the jobs report, 227,000 jobs instead of 180,000. That is the only thing that we should be talking about. That and sanctions on Iran. Nothing else. Not Arnold Schwarzenegger. So what's happening here? Our president is giving that fuel. He's gassing. He's pouring gas on that fire. He's giving CNN, he's giving these people something to write negative about him. If he had pulled that out, if that one single tweet was not there, which is a stem from yesterday when he's at a press service bringing up Arnold Schwarzenegger, if he just would rip that out, this is case closed. It's game over. It's game over. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just fun for him. I don't know if it's no matter how hard you try, at 70 years old, you just can't change. I don't know what it is. But it's little tiny things like this that in the back of my head scare the daylights out of me. Scare the daylights out of me. They really do. They really do. And for those of you who think I'm digging too deep into this, I can tell you what you've never done before. You've never gone around the country. You've never talked to people the way I've talked to people. You go around the country and you see, no matter what it is I say to somebody about this, this, and this, and this, they always come back and look at the one little thing that was pounded down their throats from the left. Pounded down their throats from the left. Pounded and pound. That's what the left does. They pound and pound and pound and pound that message home. Yeah. And so, as far as I'm concerned, he's hurting himself. He's hurting us. You tear that out. Look at this. Look at the conversation we just had here. We started off beautifully about jobs. We started beautifully about immigration ban. And I know, Dennis, it's not a ban. Oh, listen. At the end of the day, you could say restriction. You could say ban. You could say whatever. Stop. You're not coming. You're not coming for a while until we catch our breath. All right? I don't care about the word used. All right? If we would just focus in on those things and none of this other stuff, we would be making it impossible for the left to be fighting back against us. But we're not. And this is almost like it's almost like a little bit of an own death wish. It's almost like trying to shadow box yourself. Why? You know? I just wish he would stop this. I wish he would. All right. Last thing I want to address real quickly is this thing with the Berkely, the stuff with the Berkely stuff, because I haven't been able to talk to you since then. We put up a poll. I want to get this poll. Where the heck is the... Let me get the poll numbers for you. We put a poll. If you haven't voted on it yet, you got to go there. We did a poll on who is it that... Here we go. Hold on. Who is it that you blame? If you were to blame one person, who is it that you blame for the UC Berkeley students' behavior? All right? So, let me read you out here. It was. We said, if you would just appoint blame on one, just on one, do you blame the parents, the professors, the police, the media, Obama, the Breitbart writer, also known as Milo, President Trump, or don't blame any blame at all? It's just part of society. All right. Let's get a little... 41% of you say blame the media. There you go. The other 23%, professors. 20%, Obama. 10%, parents. 2%, police. Trump and Milo are at the bottom. Probably got one vote each. There's thousands of people have already voted already. Media. Media. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you folks here are voting on a question we put up, and you're supporting what I just said before about the tweets. The media. The media fuels the fire, the literal fire for the hatred on Trump. They fuel it with fake news. They fill it with propaganda. They fill it with hate, 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 hate. And oh, by the way, with a couple of Trump's tweets. Get it? Get it? Strip it away from them. Don't let them have it. Don't give them anything. They're going to come up with stuff in their own. Don't support the own shooting range at yourself. Don't give bullets to your enemies. Right? How many times have you said, how many times over the course of time have you said, why are we sending weapons to these countries? And they're using them on us? It's the same thing, folks. It's no different. It's no different. And so I'm begging that it stops. I'm begging that it stops. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why I'm begging that it stops too. One of these, I'm going to end on this. Actually, no, I got to tell you what we're doing over in a new place. Okay. Let me end on this thing with Trump on this. The executive order pace that he's been on, these new orders, they're going to slow down. They're going to slow down. I go back to the wedding. It's sort of like when you first get married, right? Every day it's like, hey, let's go inside. It's romantic. It's all this, and it's bliss. And, oh, where are we going today? What's for dinner tonight? No, I can't wait for tomorrow's breakfast. All right. Then after a while, it's sort of like, oh, all right, and then you just start getting into the routine of being married. This is the same thing. We're like, yeah, executive order. Another one. And it's great. It's like, yeah. Well, they're going to start to slow down after a while, and other things are going to start popping up. He's going to get hit. At some point, we'll get hit with a terror attack here on the country. There will be some lone wolf that will do something. Sooner or later, there's going to be an earthquake, or there's going to be a horrible storm, or there's going to be something. A bridge will fall, or a bus will turn over. The normal things that we deal with in everyday life. He hasn't get hit with one of those yet, although he got hit with the Navy SEAL Owens the other day. But I'm even talking about something on a greater scale. He's going to have to deal with that. The executive order write-ups are going to slow down, and we're going to start to get into more of a regular pace. There's going to be a day when he's going to have to send out a tweet to people, and it's going to really need everybody's attention. That's why he's got to remove these other ones now. All right? Okay. So, let me tell you real quick what we're doing here with this new place. I told you back when we were raising our donations, it was, what was it, November? I remember the day exactly. I think it was November 15th we started. And in 9 days, we had raised almost $300,000. And I told you that it was a 3-point plan. Point number 1 was that we were going to enhance our website, have new writers, and build an app. Remember that? Okay. So far, what have I done? Enhanced our website, hired more writers, built an app. All right. Then I told you the next part was going to be building micro shows. What's a micro show? Micro shows, little tiny shows that consistently come every day, sort of like the walk and talk, consistently come every single day, where it's going to be just not me. I'm going to have other people. We're going to have other people, start creating other staff, having really good shows, small little micro shows that come in small bites, digestible for the web. And so this way you'd be able to share them. We'd give you great information. We'd give you great insight, what have you. And I would get people for that. What have I done? I hired Harlan. I hired Scarlett. I'm actually talking to a couple other people. Talking to one person who's a pretty big name in politics. Now we have our place. Within a couple of weeks, you will wind up getting these micro shows every single day religiously. And you'll be able to share them, and more people will come in, and more people will be able to get the news in a digestible format. And then what did I tell you? I told you that we would build this into a full-fledged network. And that was stage 3. I told you, give me a year. Well, so far, we've been at it December and January. And if you take out the fact that December comes with about 10 days of like everybody sleeping for holidays, we're way ahead of schedule. But I'm telling you, for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be rough. Walk and talks aren't going to be what they used to be. They're just not. I just can't do it. They're not going to be. I'm going to try on Saturdays to go back out and walk out. You could hear the bells at noon or whatever it may be. But I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of days when you're going to get the tweet. And it's going to say, I just can't do it today, for whatever reason being. So it's going to be a rough few weeks with walk and talks and stuff like this. But the website is cranking. We still got stuff going out. You got to get the app. You got to tell people about the app. If you don't get the app in a couple of weeks, when this is all said and done, we're all ready, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. And so we keep on fixing all this stuff. We keep on working on all this stuff, whatever it may be. And we've got a website that we're building right now that's part of this whole microsite stuff, where you get a whole column to yourself. You're going to be able to talk on it in real time all day, like you do right now, where you have the real time conversations all day long. You're going to have another column to yourself where you guys get to publish your own op-eds, where you get to publish some of the articles that you would like to put up there. We're giving you a whole column to you. So this stuff is all in the making. Stuff is also very expensive, and so we put the donate button back up. So if you get a chance to do it, I'd appreciate it. DennisMichaelLynch.com/donate. Every single buck is going towards this, and I think you're starting to see the results. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll be cranking. We'll be at least starting with the micro shows, and eventually, within 1 year, we're gonna have a network. And I'm gonna be competing against Fox and CNN and all these other clowns. Yeah, and they're screwed when it happens. They're screwed. We'll dominate, no doubt. All right, until tomorrow. And I have no idea if I'll be here at 11:40 tomorrow. Although it's Saturday. Oh, no, I won't be. I can tell you right now, I will not be. We just rented a U-Haul truck. We're moving in everything to tomorrow. Everything. I got my son's working for me. My son's friends working for me. I won't be around. Maybe Harlan. I don't know. Maybe Harlan's coming out to help me on tomorrow. I have no idea. Maybe Harlan will do it. Or maybe I'll do it tomorrow night. But I can tell you I will not be here tomorrow at 11:40. That is a guaranteed. All right. But until tomorrow, may God bless you. May God bless our troops. May God bless the United States of America. And may God bless to every single one of you who have donated to the DML team and who continue to share everything that we do. We appreciate it in a humongous way. Talk to you later.